what we need to do is look at what counts as an injustice. You know, is someone harming another person? You know, that's an injustice. That's what the law thinks an injustice is. It has to be someone harming somebody else. And it's hard to talk about. I'm not sure I can't really even wrap my head around an idea that somehow there's a system out there that generates these inequalities and that that's an injustice. Because there's so many factors that go into unequal outcomes. And a lot of those are choices. People make choices. A lot of it's the lottery of just, you know, families, you know, that some kids, I was brought up in a family that both my mother and father were college educated. My father had a PhD. They both read. Huge advantage to me. I acknowledge that. Absolutely. It kind of organized my sense of my future. And someone may be born in circumstances that are nowhere near that. I would think we should have policies to reduce those differences as much as possible, but I would not call them an injustice. No one is harming another person. It's circumstances. And so we want to alleviate poverty. We want to do all sorts of things, you know, that get at the roots of poverty. But we're not doing it because there's an injustice. We're doing it because we think human beings ought to have a better shot at life, ought to have the choices in front of them that allow them to make dumb choices and better choices. But, you know, put people in the circumstances as close as we can. And education is a crucial one. Family structure is a big one that affects people's life chances. And let's do what we can to improve those. But calling it an injustice just doesn't get us any closer. You know, you got to get down to what causes this and that as much as we can understand it and try to fix those. But, you know, calling it all this sort of vague sort of sense of systemic or systematic
racism, that's
whatever
oppression, inequality, that's what they say.
It moves us away from understanding the origins of problems and how we can solve them and make them better, ameliorate the problems. You know, that's what I would want to focus on. Forget the justice question at that level. You know, and let's just go about thinking how to step by step, you know, this problem, that problem in a very methodical and practical way. If you call the whole system unjust, then there's only one way to fix it, and that's to get rid of the system, whatever it is. That's a revolution. I'm not big on revolutions. A lot of people die in revolutions. They often turn out very badly. I would like, you know, that's why I'm a big fan of sort of prudence, you know, do what you can, aim at the good. You won't get there, but do the practical steps that get you as close to that good outcome as you want.